Hello and welcome. Please take the next few minutes to listen to the following presentation on creating grants through the Alaska Community Foundation and your Hilcorp Giving Program Donor Advised Fund, presented by Janelle Hodge, our Finance Manager.
To request a grant from your donor advised fund to the nonprofit that you would like to support, you first want to ensure that you are logged into your fund management portal. Once you are logged in, you will see the name of your fund at the top, as well as your available fund balance. From here, we will navigate to the Grant Recommendations tab. On this tab, you will see three options for requesting a grant. The first option is Choose from Previous Grantee. In this drop-down, you will see the name of any nonprofit that you have supported in the past with a grant. It will also show any promoted funds within the Alaska Community Foundation. The next option is Search for Other Grantees. This area will enable you to search by name or name, city, and state for the name of the nonprofit that you would like to support. The final option is to enter the grantee's information manually. If you choose this option, you must complete each field that has a red asterisk. We highly recommend utilizing the Search for Other Grantee field as much as possible, as that will provide the most complete and accurate information for the grantee. I'm going to show you how to utilize this Search for Other Grantees. Within the name field, you will enter the name of the nonprofit that you would like to support, and then click Search. Once you search, it will show you two separate result tabs. The first result tab will say the Alaska Community Foundation results. This will return any results found within our database. Our database lists any grantee that we have granted to in the past. The second result tab is GuideStar. This will return any results from the GuideStar database. GuideStar is a nationwide registry of all registered nonprofits, so the search results can be much broader and much more information. If you are utilizing the GuideStar search results and you need to narrow down your search, you can do a search again by name, city, and state. That will help narrow the field. You can also search by the nonprofit's EIN number. If you know the EIN number of the nonprofit, you can enter that in the name field within the search, and it will populate that information. Once you have located the nonprofit that you would like to support, you will utilize the Create Request tab to the left of the name. Click Create Request. This will open a new grant request. You will see the name of the grantee, followed by several fields that need to be completed. The first field you will see is Description. This is the area where you will enter the purpose for the grant. If this is for general operating support, you can put general support. If this is for a particular fundraising purpose, you can enter that information in this field. The next field is for the amount. The minimum amount of a grant is $100. The maximum is whatever your available fund balance is. If you wish to remain anonymous from your grantees, you must select the anonymous button with each grant that you recommend. If you do not select anonymous, your name as well as your address will be shared with the grantee to enable them to thank you for the grant that you have requested. Grants can be set up to be reoccurring. If you would like to create a reoccurring grant, you would click on the reoccurring box. From here, you would enter the date of when you would like your reoccurring grants to start. Recurring grants can be created for either monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. You can then enter the number of occurrences that you would like this to proceed. Additional instructions is a field that is for internal communications to our programs and grant staff. If you have any information you would like related to ACF to enable us to process your grant, you can enter that information here. Once all fields have been completed, click on the Review button. Please be sure to review the grantee name, the description, the amount, the anonymity, and any additional instructions. If you need to edit any of these fields, you can click Edit Request, which will take you back to the previous screen to enable editing. If everything looks good, Submit Request. Once you have submitted your grant request, it will process within our system within 10 business days. Our programs and grant staff will review your request, and if they have any questions, they will reach out to you. You can track the status of your grant request within your portal. The status will show request for any new grants. It will move to approved once it has been approved by our programs and grant staff, and then paid once we have issued a check to the nonprofit. Checks are mailed within 10 business days of request being submitted. The check will be mailed directly to the nonprofit and will include a letter that includes your name, the purpose of the grant, and your contact information. If you need any assistance with this process or run into any difficulties, please feel free to call our main office or email us, and we would be happy to assist you with making your grant recommendations to support those nonprofits that matter to you.
Thank you for listening to the presentation, and thank you for your generous philanthropy through the Alaska Community Foundation and the Hilcorp Giving Program.